Excellencies, Secretary Domingo, former Secretaries Bobby Ocampo, Bertilim, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, Kong He Fat Choi for the Philippines. Now allow me to Arangkada. So I will change my presentation by asking immediately all the participants of the panel to come. I'm not going to present them one by one. All their biography are in the documents that were distributed to you earlier. So I'm calling first, of course, our moderator, David Seldran. Please come and join me here. I want to have Philip Sullivan, Fred Ayala, Henry Schumacher, my friend Michael Rober also, both from the European Chamber of Commerce, Danilo Lachica, Bobby Batung Bakal, John Ritzel, and Eileen Clemente. Please join me here and while I start my short presentation here. We are now moving to part 3 of the program. Part 3 focuses on the 7 big winners identified by the Joint Foreign Chambers as sectors that can make a difference and can provide the necessary economic growth, the increase in investment and in employment, provided the government addresses recommendations such as those made by businessmen in Arangkada, Philippines. As John Forbes mentioned, the meeting today will assess to what extent changes has been introduced. The time to move forward and allow us to Arangkada is now. It is 2012. It will not be 2013. Quite recently, top financial institutions and investment analysts, both foreign and local, have given a buoyant outlook of the Philippines economy, not only this year, but even in the long term. And we heard up to 2050. Me also will be 100 years old, so I think we should concentrate on 2012. There are a lot of explanations for long-term optimism. Demographic, we are passing the 100 million. Location, we are in the center of Southeast Asia that is booming in 2000 or for the whole decades, I believe. Good governance, inclusive growth, and peace. These are key conditions that I believe make for an attractive investment climate. The Aquino administration has started the process to restore decency and integrity in governments and to grow the economy in a way that it benefits broadly those that are out of it. We all are fully aware of the great potential of the country and of failure of the past to achieve that potential. We have to recognize the intimate causal relationship between the restoration of decency and integrity in government and the stability, consistency, and predictability that such a condition immerse into our economic life. In other words, we cannot achieve poverty reduction and sustainable economic growth without resolving lingering problems of corruption and poor governance, and without strengthening and achieving a certain level of autonomy in the operation of key legal, regulatory, and administrative institutions. We need an economy that seeks to prosper in an environment of merit, fair competition, and with a level playing field. However, we must understand also that 1 year after Arangkada, Philippines was launched, economic growth and a substantial increase in local and foreign investment remains way below expectations. Indonesia reported its FDI that has surged 20% and is now close to 20 billion for 2011, significantly outpacing other developing countries in the ASEAN. The Philippines will be lucky if it reaches 1 billion. We are talking now rather of 850. That has been registered by BSP. Additional information is that the FDI in Indonesia is 3.7 billion will be invested into mining. If there would be more clarity about mining policy in the Philippines, more wealth could be created in this country as well. But we are more optimistic than the record high level of over $8 billion new investment approved in 2011 by BOI, PESA, and IPAs will begin to be realized in construction and job creation in 2012. I think Secretary Domingo has these figures a little bit more optimistic than ours, as he believes that the Philippines are actually at 6 billion level when it comes to FDI. Meanwhile, the 439 billion pesos have been allocated to economic services under the 2012 national budget to support the administration's drive for rapid, inclusive, and sustained economic growth, particularly in the 5 priority areas of growth and job generation, as determined by the administration. I name them: tourism, agriculture, agrarian reform and fisheries, general infrastructure, business process outsourcing, and KPO, electronic and semiconductor manufacturing. This is good news, and we trust that many will move faster soon. We have talked about PPP for a very, very long time. Let us finally implement major projects this year, maybe at least 5, maybe 10 of them, no less. We have air safety concerns at NAIA that need seriously to be addressed. Needed modern equipment has to be bought before accident may happen. And we need to get the various restrictions on various flights by foreign authority lifted this year. NAIA Terminal 3 should be fully open, finally, as well as the makeover of Terminal 1. It is very important for open access for power to being in 2012. But now, I'm talking about the next panel of infrastructure. 2012 must make a big difference for the economy, even though 2012 will be a shortened year. Why? Because we will be already in 2013 election. The government should step on the accelerator. Maybe we can find another word to say super Arangkada. We cannot accept that a good project would take, as Bobby Ocampo told us, 10 years to be completed. And I witnessed that because I have suffered a project that took me 10 years to go from A to Z. We must, I believe, simplify, standardize, and automate. So, by doing so, we will reduce the bureaucracy that Bill Luz has been talking about. And this is the only way to go forward and really accelerate. David, the mic is yours.